Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and look at Unit 4, Note 6. We're going to be multiplying binomials now. So here's what you're going to look for. Is there anything outside the parentheses? If there is, just like before, we need to distribute that through. Okay, so if there's anything outside the parentheses, we're going to distribute it through, but it only goes to the first binomial, okay, or the first set of parentheses. You're going to see two sets. If you have something out front, it only goes to the first set. We don't do anything with the second one. Then we are going to use a box that helps us organize these binomials so that we can multiply them through. So you're going to multiply the big numbers, add the little numbers, and that's going to help us organize ourselves. So let's kind of look at what that means and what that looks like. Oh, sorry. Here we go. The questions then you have to do is, we were talking about this, multiply coefficients, add the exponents, and then don't forget to combine your like terms. Okay, so now let's look at an example here. Here we go. Do I have any numbers outside the parentheses? I do not. So in this situation, there's no multiplication I have to do first or distribution I have to do. So we're going to create what we call our box, okay? It looks like that. And the reason I did a 2 by 2 is because there's two things in the first parenthesis and there's two things in the second parenthesis. So I only need a 2 by 2 box. So I have x minus 1 in the first parenthesis, so that's going to go on the side. And then x minus 4 in the second parenthesis, so that's going to go on the top. And what you're going to do is you're going to multiply the outsides to get the insides. So if I look at this first one, I'm going to multiply the x with the x. So when I do that, x times x, remember these are like imaginary ones here, is going to give me x to the 2 power. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try x times negative 1. So x times negative 1 is going to give me negative 1x. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do negative 1 times negative 4. So negative 1 times negative 4 is going to give me positive 4. And then lastly, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do negative 4 times, let's go ahead and back that out. We're going to do negative 4 times x. So I'm going to get negative 4x. So from here, you're going to see that these two terms right here, both have x's. So there's our likes terms. So I still have my x squared, and then I have my negative 4x, my negative 1x, and my positive 4. These two things are going to be like terms, so I'm going to combine them. I'm going to x squared minus 5x plus 4. None of those are like terms, so I can't combine them any further. Here's my second example now. I'm going to go ahead and there is nothing outside of the parentheses. So I'm going to create my box. I still have two pieces in each parentheses, so I'm still going to need a 2 by 2 box. So I have a 3x plus 2 and an x plus 5. So we're going to do 3x times x. So 3x times x is going to be 3x squared. Then I'm going to do 2 times x. It's going to give me 2x. Now I'm going to go 3x times 5. It's going to be 15x. And 2 times 5, which is then going to give me 10. So I'm going to see that these two things are alike. So I have my 3x squared plus 2x plus 15x plus 10. We're going to combine our like terms. So 3x squared plus 17x plus 10. Neither of those are like terms, so that's my final answer, and I'm good to go. All right, now I have a number outside the first parenthesis. I need to distribute that first. So this parenthesis is actually going to be 5x plus 5 times 2x plus 1. So now I'm going to create my box. It's a 2 by 2, so I'm going to create that 2 by 2. I have 5x plus 5 and 2x plus 1. So I'm going to do 5x times 2x is going to give me 10x squared. Remember, multiply the big numbers, add the little numbers, and there's imaginary ones. 5 times 2x is going to give me 10x. 5x times 1 is going to give me 5x. And then 5 times 1 is going to give me 5. So these two we should see are the same. So I'm going to have 10x squared plus 10x plus 5x plus 5. Combine my like terms, so I have 10x squared plus 15x plus 5. Next example here. So I have an x out front that I need to distribute through. That's like saying a 1x, you guys. So I have 1x times 4x is going to give me 4x squared minus 1x times 3 is going to give me 3x. And I still have that 2x plus 5. So I still have a 2 by 2. I still need that 2 by 2 box. So I have 4x squared minus 3x and 2x plus 5x. So 4x squared times 2x is going to give me 8x to the third. And then I have a negative 3x times 2x is going to give me negative 6x squared. 4x squared times 5 is going to give me 20x squared. And then negative 3x times 5 is going to give me negative 15x. Write it all out. I have 8x to the third minus 6x squared plus 20x squared minus 15x. Those two are like terms, so I'm going to have 8x to the third plus 14x squared minus 15x. Now this one looks a little different. There's nothing out front to distribute first, but you have to keep in mind, what does it mean when I have something squared? We know that we write this out 2 different times then. We were doing that a lot in the last unit. So I have x plus 6 times x plus 6. I still need that 2 by 2, so x plus 6, x plus 6. So x times x is going to give me x squared. 6 times x is going to give me 6x. 6 times x is again 6x. 6 times 6 is 36. So I have x squared plus 6x plus 6x plus 36. Combine your like terms, so I have x squared plus 12x plus 36. Last example here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to write this out first. So if I have this thing squared, I have 2 times x minus 4 times x minus 4. Now you can distribute that number through. So I have 2x minus 8 times x minus 4. Here's where you're going to set up your 2 by 2 box. So 2x minus 8 and x minus 4. Now you're going to multiply through. So 2x times x is 2x squared. Negative 8 times x is negative 8x. 2x times negative 4 is going to give me negative 8x. And then I have negative 8 times 4, which is going to give me 32. So I have 2x squared minus 8x plus 32. I can put my x's together. So 2x squared minus 16x plus 32. So I know that this one is a tough one to do without being able to physically see how I'm pointing and where I'm moving. So if you have questions, please come up and chat with me before moving on to the assignment.